I'm praying to turn that into a musical, actually. That's the idea, but I should just have time. So it'll take another 10 years, but one day. But it was nice to share that. So I'm going to go back to the guitar. So we were in Fairfield. Hold it up. 1, 2. Oh, can I just say thank you, Tim? Just let's give him a round of applause. Tim is an artist and a musician, and he understands artists and musicians and creates just the most beautiful space here for all of us to perform, and does the most beautiful sound and makes us all feel really respected and seen. So thank you, Tim. Very gifted and very grateful to you. So after we were here in Fairfield for 8 months, then we flew to Los Angeles, and I worked at a summer camp for 2 months. We lived in a tiny little hut, 25 meters. How do I say that in American? Just tiny. Yeah, tiny little place. I don't know how we did it. And then we did a little road trip up through California, stayed with friends, of course, and then we flew back to Japan. We got to be there for about 2.5 weeks. We went also into the rural areas, into the farms, and stayed with families and broke bread with them and heard their prayers, what they say when they eat. Just incredible. Japan is a magnificently beautiful country. And then we took a boat, an overnight ship to South Korea, just because it's just a fun way to travel. We'd never done that before. And we slept on that boat, and were in South Korea for 5 days. Returned to Thailand, met up with my husband's parents, and then we went to Laos. Now Laos, or Lao, if that's how you pronounce it as well, is one of the poorest countries in the world on the economic scale, however they measure the poverty. The people there are so generous, are so patient, are so kind. I'll give you a small story. We were in traffic, and there was just a tuk-tuk standing in the middle, blocking all the road, just blocking it. Now, in Israel, or in New York, if that happened, I mean, you'd be hooting, you'd be screaming. No one even said anything. They didn't even go up to him and ask him to move. They just sat and waited. It's just, thousands of years of Buddhism in a culture, and just anicca. It will change. They just accepted it. It was incredible. So this song I did not write, but I wanted to share it. I dedicate it to the people of Laos. And all the people of Southeast Asia, really, we can learn so much from them. There's no real aggression there. The people there, they don't express aggression as we would be familiar with it. Patient and kind. So this is for them. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints, to carry the sound. We hold a prayer for the earth, the ones yet to come. May we all walk in beauty and remember our song. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints, to carry the sound. Hold a prayer for the earth, for the ones yet to come. May we all walk in beauty and remember our song. Remember why we came here. Remember this life is sacred. Remember why we came here. Remember this life is sacred. Want to try singing it with me? Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints, to carry the sound. for the earth, the ones yet to come. May we all walk in beauty and remember our song. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. Hold a prayer for the earth, the ones yet to come. May we all walk in beauty and remember our song. Remember why we came here. Remember this life is sacred. Remember why we came here. Remember this life is sacred. And we lived in Luang Prabang for 1 month. Whoever has been there. It's kind of like the old city of Laos. It's the Jerusalem of Laos, you can say. Just wonderful. We rented a home there with my in-laws. My children also went on an adventure with their dad and grandpa, and we're in the jungles with leeches on them and all kinds of things. I wasn't there, but they did it. Maybe I could have done it. I needed a small break at that time. So we lived there, and then we flew back to Thailand because Laos is not a place where you can make international flights to many places. We were in Bangkok again, the bustling Bangkok. And then we went to go live in India for 2 months, in Goa. And we put the children in school there, at a school called River House Academy. And we went into the chaotic beauty, but also when I look at photographs now, I can't even believe the chaos of the place. You know, a cow and then a car. My husband drove in all these places, and he drove in India, and it was the most challenging. But India is truly an incredible place, as many of you I know have traveled there, and it was a real blessing to be there. And I'll just share one small story from there. So it was a Friday night, and we went to go see a show of this beautiful Israeli flute player, and then he started to play this melody. If you know this melody, please sing along. So we're sitting there, and it's just in the middle of Goa, and he says, "This is my prayer, this is the melody that accompanies me." A lot of Israeli people are in Thailand and Goa and places like that because they need to get away from the chaos in the Middle East at the moment. But this is what he played. Ya da da ya da ya da da ya da da ya da da ya da da ya prayer that we sing on Friday night around the dinner table to welcome angels into the home. And it struck me how we're in the middle of India, but that was this man's prayer. We always take our past with us. And at this time, we were planning on returning to Israel. We had now been traveling for around a year and a half, almost 2 years. And we wanted to go back to Israel, but it was just still chaotic there. It just wasn't possible. So we said, okay, well then we need to find a place that we can go where we can be there for a long time. And now I grew up in South Africa. I know there's some South Africans in the audience, and I hope anyone has had the blessing of visiting that country. It is gorgeous. It's a postcard, the people, the energy, the food, everything. It's a magnificent place. So we went and we lived, the whole of 2025 we lived in South Africa. And this is a song that I wrote for South Africa. And it also uses a bit of the national anthem of South Africa, which the national anthem of South Africa means is Nkosi Sikelel i-Afrika, which means God bless Africa. You ask me where I come from, you ask me where I am. I've been to places, so many places. Now I'm back where I began, oceans rolling onto endless sand. Just me and my girlfriends in the cradle of land. When sky and sand meet, feel the beauty of the heat of the iridescent sunset. You know what I mean when you're walking on the street, feel the pull of the beat. The African soul, you know I live in paradise. Paradise, really living life. You ask me where I'm going. Well, the future's unknown, but I keep my friends' laughter with me wherever I may go, and then I'm home. Though these shoes are worn from the hills and valleys that I walk through, you know I'll always wanna go where sky and sand meet, feel the beauty of the heat of the iridescent sunset. You know what I mean? You're walking on the street, feel the pull of the beat. The African soul, you know I live in paradise. Paradise, sunset on ice in paradise. Nkosi Sikelel i-Afrika, malupaka misu ponderwayo, izwane vitanda zoyetu. Nkosi Sikelela tina lusaporwayo. When sky and sand meet, feel the beauty of the heat of the iridescent sunset. You know what I mean when you're walking on the street, feel the pull of the beat. The African soul, you know I live in paradise. Paradise, take my advice and come to paradise.